like what Buckley said, like, hey man, you got to surround yourself around different people. I heard the interview, I seen it.
I don't judge nobody
No,
dealing with their situation, especially how I know I used to move, right? That's why I said when you working towards something like being a world champion, don't think it's just training and fighting. You gotta have your life in order. You gotta have your life in balance, bro.
Yeah, I
So,
can understand that too.
the SD gotta think about some things that he gotta change within himself, right? And within his life, because yet again, bro, you on the biggest platform on the planet, don't waste it, right? Because they already looking for an excuse to let you go. I'm talking about anybody. It don't even matter who it is. They already looking for excuses like you're not a good fit for us, right?
They got so many guys, you
Nope.
know.
Right. So many people every day, somebody getting signed in, bro. From this whole globe. So with that being said, it's just like, you gotta be smart, man. And you gotta move strategically, right? And at the end of the day, you can't be living in the past doing the same old shit, thinking it's gonna like, oh shit, well, I still made it, still doing this bullshit, right? You
Yeah.
can't live like that, man.
Um, just because we're talking about the SD thing, like he had the gun charge, right? But when I spoke to him in the past, he was saying how like he has friends who have died from gun violence. So that's what I'm saying. You got to understand the guy. It's not like he walked into a house, I don't think, trying to shoot something up. I feel like, what I mean, you live in a dangerous area. Sometimes you have to be carrying, even if you're a felon or not, because you could get caught lacking, and there's that whole story. So just,
Something like that, right?
but
But
also
it's
it's
your
like leave the hood.
listen, boom. You gotta change your environment,
You gotta
right?
leave.
And then, well, sometimes you can't leave, right? But I think
True,
with
yeah.
SD, him being a UFC fighter, I don't know who he trained with again. I don't know. It's just
Fusion, I
gym.
think with Phil Rowe and shit.
Oh, with Phil Rowe and all them. Oh,
And
whatever.
Tampa?
So in Florida,
Yeah.
right? Is that where you from? First off, is that where you from, SD?
I think he's from
He seemed like
Pensacola,
a
Florida, which is
he
like the
seemed like a
hood.
Florida nigga.
Yeah, he's from Florida.
All right. You just gotta change your environment and change the people that you hanging out with. If those are the people that expose you to that bullshit, get away from 'em. Period. That's it. Find new people and new mentalities, new perspectives, right? That's what I had to do. I did that myself. I had to get away from the bullshit, man. I used to work at Club Europe back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I had all the homies down there, bro. We used to get into all goofy ass shit, but it never fulfilled me. There was no real purpose behind it, right? And if I would have continued down that path, no telling, right? No telling where I would have been. So I had to change the people that I hung out around and had to see that, okay, I'm trying to make it here. Who can I reach out to? Who can I use as an example or as a model, right? Because you need a mentor, right? Yeah, I'm a grown man, but I still need a mentor in life. A lot of these guys don't have mentors. They got coaches, but not mentors.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got to surround myself around different people, but I'm not saying this to make nobody feel, oh my gosh, he always looking for an excuse. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, I've still been searching for a gym. Not only because my coach has cancer. You know what I mean? Like, I have a good gym in Pensacola, Witness MMA. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's like I'm in the big leagues now. I can still have my home gym, but I also need a gym that I know they also push me. Like the boys down in Fusion, they push me hard every time I get there. You know what I mean? I had, a lot of like ups and downs that like made me not be able to like travel a lot. Is it just dealing with like, I hate to say it, I'm not that type of person just to like put my business out. But since everybody want to know this, that, and this, like for the last camp, I was homeless, bro. I said I never found a house. I was staying in hotels. I was staying at people houses. You know what I'm saying? So like everything was so like how can you say like how it is like if you staying at a person's house automatically they just tell you get out. You know what I'm saying? There was no like control. There was no like comfortability. Like when it was comfortable, anything can happen. So I was dealing with that, plus trying to get ready for a huge fight in my career. Um, so like I had to backtrack on a lot of things, which I said I wasn't gonna do, but I had to do what I had to do, man. As a man, I I had to, sit in that pot what it feels to be homeless, sleeping in your car, even though you're at the top of the stage. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know when I fought back in August of last year, I still never recovered. My house burned down. You know what I'm saying? I told everybody about my coach Adam, about having this cancer, and I lost somebody that was very big in my life that taught me a lot of ropes, taught me a lot of stuff, and that's my grandpa. You know, when he was passed away and was passing away, I knew it was coming, but like it didn't hit me until like a month or two later when I knew something wasn't right. I still wasn't fully training. I still wasn't fully like mentally there. I was telling people I was there, you know what I'm saying? But losing that man, bro, like it took a lot out of me. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know how to feel about it because this would be the first time I felt like, like of course, I lost homies and shit, gun violence, stuff like that. But they actually truly like, I lost my cousin to cancer. My one of the cousins I even call like a big brother and shit to him. I lost him to cancer and like I got over that. You know what I'm saying? I got over it. But like my pops, man, I call him pops for a reason, he was that father figure. He made sure certain things was like going on the right track. Like when I won my fight in Abu Dhabi, like, like he was telling me, hey son, you the first out of our family to ever make it to the big stage. And, I'm proud of you, win, lose, or draw. My family tell me that, but hearing it from him because he was born in Alabama back when like slavery was kind of getting out of the way and shit. You know what I mean? But like he showed me different type of aspects of like how to be in life, how to be towards people, how to actually treat certain situations, and like when I didn't have that mentor anymore, because everybody needs a mentor. How like Buckley was saying, everybody needs a mentor.
Yeah.
Like that man was my mentor. Like when I actually started sitting down, actually getting stuff right, you know what I mean? Actually like listening, he was taken away from me. You know what I'm saying? And like, it kind of put me in a spiral of being like out of control. And when people like see this, hear this, I don't care how people take it. I went in there and tried to fight a fight. People say, oh man, look as, you used to look and all that, Like I tell people, it's not even about that. You know what I mean? Like it's about me and that man getting in front of each other, banging it out. You feel me? And I just couldn't pull the trigger because of staying with people, being homeless, getting hotel rooms. I actually felt that. You feel me? Because I had my house burned down. You know what I mean? And like I wanted to go down south and get training in with the boys at Fusion. And every time I had a reason to go, it seemed like something magically happened, which turned into an excuse. And then, in a couple people's eyes, once you say, all right, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. After that, a lot of people are like, bro, I know you ain't coming. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. So like I kind of built that little burden with certain people, you know what I'm saying? But, to each his own, if they hear this podcast and hear it out, that'll be the real reason why. I try to do the poker face. I tried to do what all I can do, bro, just to show people that, like, when you still going through some shit, bro, you still got to push through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might have lost that fight, but I didn't lose the war. You feel me? I'm still in the UFC. I'm waiting for the call. You know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling right now. Yeah, I got this legal case stuff going on, but God sits high and look low, so He knows everything's gonna work out in my favor. So, really, the only thing I can do, man, is be patient.
I was gonna say, are you so a part of the report too? Are you still with that girlfriend, or are you kind of like single now? What's the deal?
Nah, man, I'll be real with you, bro. I'm by myself. I can just right now, bro. I gotta be by myself and just focus on me right now. You know what I'm saying? So right now, everything's is just focus on me. You know what I mean? So
Everything cool with you guys? Not the one that's the mother of your kid, but that new girlfriend. Everything cool with you guys? How it ended?
yeah, like everything's cool, bro. It's just everything and everybody knows it's a real fucked up situation. So everybody just you know stay on your P's and Q's, man. Make sure you do the right thing and don't fall back into going into bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure everything is good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like I
Even
told
like,
people,
go ahead.
nah, I said, like I just told people, man, I just stay out the way, man. I just got to focus.
And I think because you watched the clip too with Buckley, so I think what Buckley's also saying when he's like, "Keep your life in order." I think without saying it, what I think a little bit is probably not even to you, but just like a general kind of thing to say is sometimes even just like trying to get women. You know what I mean? Even if it's just like innocent, right? There's no like
Mm.
arguing or anything. The energy it takes and shit like that. When you got like a mission,
Yes.
sometimes I think you just gotta stay away from the chicks for a little bit.
Yeah, no, man, like you're right. If you got a solid one on your team, facts. Keep that solid one, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure you're focused. You are focused. And like I told people, man, going through a lot, homeless, this, that, this, and the other, man. I wasn't focused. But now, oh yes, I'm focused. Like back in the gym, jogging, strength conditioning. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting back into it like I used to be.
Yeah. What gym are you at now? Like, or about the living situation too, like, how has it kind of improved for you maybe since getting out?
It's proved it's getting better. It's getting so much better. I can just say that. I'm getting
Okay.
things put in, ducks in a row, things going right. It's just getting better living situation.